Garrick Pierce suddenly steps down from the gallery and walks to the witness stand. Well, you're gonna regret that. He's breaking every possible rule in the book, but no one in the room moves to stop him. It's red-white all over again. The bailiff looks to the judge nervously, but the judge just narrows his eyes and carefully watches Pierce. Pierce, meanwhile, shoves the still flustered Rudolph off the stand and begins addressing the courtroom. What is he even doing here? Well, obviously he was the passenger. And the murderer. I will not stand by while you harass my servant, of course. I wonder what the breakdown's gonna be. Are we gonna have breakdowns like Ace Attorney? What's this guy's breakdown gonna look like? We're close. Oh, look at that Miles Edgeworth stance. I love it. I love her sprites. I've only known her for a few minutes, but I love... Ice, you were asking before who my favorite prosecutor is? This is my favorite prosecutor. Right here. Ari is my favorite prosecutor. Pierce, we discussed this. There's no need for you to take the stand. And what, pray tell, did they discuss? Nonsense! I have nothing to hide. And if you had done your job properly, I wouldn't have needed to intervene. For the first time, Steelwind doesn't seem to have control of the situation. Yeah, well. What is the meaning of this, Miss Steelwind? And who is this man? Steelwind, she's just off to get a drink now. I want her to pull a Blackwell. I want her to just turn her back on the courtroom and just lean against the bench and be like, fuck this, I'm out. I'm gonna go talk to my pet bird for a bit. This is Garrick Pierce, Your Honor. That is Lord Garrick Pierce to you, Steelwind. I am the honorable heir to the Pierce noble house. In any case, I must apologize. I'm afraid that these misunderstandings are entirely my fault. What do you mean? You see, Rudolph wasn't the one who witnessed the crime that fateful night. It was me. I was the one who witnessed the crime. I had my driver report the body so that I could remain anonymous. Oh, look, another mage was on the scene. Boy, did you just put your foot in your mouth. What? Are you saying you had Rudolph lie for you? I simply dictated to him what I saw and had him repeat that to law enforcement. So if Rudolph was the one driving the carriage, I'm just going to pretend that he's a red-nosed reindeer because that just works. It simply wouldn't do for a member of the nobility to appear publicly in court. Which is why I'm appearing publicly in court. Regardless of your intentions, this is a very clear act of perjury. Yeah, so what? I'm special, fuck you. But from the look on the judge's face, you can easily tell that he won't face any actual consequences. Well, since when has a witness perjuring themselves on the stand ever faced consequences in an Ace Attorney game or otherwise? I understand, and I will accept the consequences of that, which will mean nothing. But I would be remiss if Rudolph's shoddy testimony allowed that girl to escape her crimes. Please let me testify as to what I saw that night. Very well. This is highly irregular, but I believe the court will benefit from hearing your testimony. Testify about the fact that you're a mage who knows transmutation, because I'm very interested in that. However, knowing that this misconduct has hurt your credibility. Very well. Like I care what you commoners think. Oh, is this a new song? I can't tell. On the night of the murder, I found myself unable to sleep, so I went on a leisurely carriage ride around Cornhaven. I happened to be passing by the McCoy Tavern when I heard a loud commotion from within the building. Curious, I stopped my carriage and took a single step. I took a single step. Okay. I think I sassed this game earlier for grammar and typos, but that's definitely a typo. I took single a step inside the establishment. I'm nobility and apparently I don't speak good English. There, now that I saw the scene inside, I saw the defendant stabbing that poor man twice with her sword. Garrick Pierce, he's a member of the nobility. That means that he's probably a mage, right? I think I found a loophole. Wait, I have an idea here. He's a mage, and he's the only other mage that was there that night. Therefore, does that mean? There's no doubt about it. He's the only person that could have left a trace of transmutation on that body. Oh, look, it says transmutation on his profile. We're done here. Judge, he has to be the mage that we're looking for. Judge is already doing his wind-up animation. He's ready for it. He read the profile and he's like, oh, I know where this is going already. I don't need to see your emoticons. Your emoticons are just your face. Sorry, this must be a lot for you right now. Don't worry about me. Focus on taking him down. All right, there's going to be at least a few testimonies in here, aren't there? At least you've only got 4 comments. On the night of the murder, I found myself unable to sleep, so I went on a leisurely carriage ride around Courthaven. That seems like a strange way to pass the day. Yeah, I guess we don't know. I don't know what the actual contradiction is yet. He's probably going to put up a fight, so let's just press everything. That seems like a strange way to pass the time. Not that I believe him for a second. The witness's eccentricities are beside the point. What matters is that he was clearly at the scene. I wouldn't quite put it that way. Wait, this is making me sound guilty. Backtrack. Wording. But nevertheless, I happened to be passing by the McCoy Tavern when I heard a loud commotion from within the building. I'm guessing this commotion was the argument between my client and the victim. One would conclude that, yes. As we all know, both of them became quite loud during the argument. It's not unreasonable to say that the witness heard them from his carriage. Curious, I stopped my carriage and took a single A step inside the establishment. Then I saw the scene inside. Press. Oh, hey, check that out. If he was at the tavern entrance, then that would mean he was here. So, killer, victim, witness. Yeah, how is this map gonna play in? Oh, interesting. Yeah, crime scene map's been updated in the notes. You saw the entire scene from the tavern entrance? It would be quite dark considering that the lights weren't operational. Even if my client was using Mage Blade at the time. Of course, I'd forgotten that detail. I couldn't see what was happening, so I used my magic to illuminate the scene, which he actually did. And that would explain the blue glow, and I think, I forget what the little command word was, but he did do that. You used magic at the crime scene? Yes, I remember it clearly. I conjured a blue light to illuminate the scene. He did that. That same blue light must have been what my driver saw. I thought that Rudolph didn't witness the crime at all. If I had to guess, Mr. Rudolph must have seen the blue light from the carriage. He must have made that detail a part of his testimony earlier. That actually makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. Rudolph was so sure that he saw a blue light. It would be strange if he was lying about that. But anyway, what spell did you use to illuminate the crime scene? It was the Conjure Light spell. Luxo, that's what he said. Duration 1 hour. For the duration of the spell, a mote of magical light appears in the caster's hand. So it's centered on us. The color of the light is chosen by the caster and can be changed at will for the spell's duration. This mote of light provides illumination up to 15 feet from the caster and no further. Okay, that's going to be irrelevant. Again, Ace Attorney with magic. Wizards, guys, wizards. Your Honor, if the witness used magic at the crime scene, then I'd like for his spell compendium to be added to the court record. Oh, damn! Let me guess, he knows Mage Blade. I see no reason to invade the witness's privacy over a trivial illumination spell. I agree, of course you would. The defense would need a stronger reason to requisition the witness's spell compendium. I like this spell compendium idea. Right you are, Your Honor. Your wisdom is truly fitting of your station. Oh, shut up. Also, shut up. I used Conjure Light to illuminate the scene from the tavern entrance. From there, I clearly... Aha! Wait a minute. Tavern entrance, 15 feet. 5, 10, 15. Screw you. But we'll get to that. Press. Casting a spell seems like a pretty significant detail to forget. For you, maybe. But for a practiced mage like myself, using magic is as natural as moving my arm. Here, I'll do it right now. I admit I don't know what it's like to be a mage. I saw the defendant stabbing that poor man twice with her sword. And I assume that you're going to say that she stabbed him from opposite sides each time. Of course. Mind you, I have no idea why she would act like that. But can you prove that she didn't do exactly what I described? I suppose not. At least not yet, anyway. Pierce is definitely the real murderer. This means there has to be a lie somewhere in his testimony. He keeps saying that he stood at the entrance the entire time. If he killed my father, then he would have been further in. Right. Is there any way I can prove he was further inside the building? I sure can. Conjure light, illuminate the scene from the tower entrance. Clearly saw it unfold. No, you didn't. Objection! Lord Pierce. Oh, by the way, thank you, prosecution, for this map. Much obliged. Lord Pierce, you said that you illuminated the scene from the tavern entrance. I don't like where this is going. And you only took a single step inside the building? Give that map back. I didn't make it for you. Of course I did. I remember it very clearly. I stood only at the entrance. Pierce, you shut your damn mouth. In that case, I'd like for you to take a closer look at the map of the tavern. Fuck. If we look at this map, that would place you right here where the W is. Am I correct? Of course I was. I don't know what you wish to achieve by having me repeat this fact. Well, I find it interesting that you illuminated the crime scene from all the way back there. Considering that Conjure Light only illuminates an area within 15 feet. Oh, get wrecked! What? I mean, I knew that. It's my spell. The spell's range is irrelevant. It is not irrelevant, and you know it. We've already established that the victim would have been illuminated by Mage Blade. During his testimony, Lord Pierce clearly stated that he couldn't see what was happening. That was why he cast Conjure Light in the first place. Get wrecked. However, Conjure Light doesn't work like a normal source of light. It only provides illumination up to 15 feet of the caster and no further. If he had stayed at the entrance, his spell wouldn't have done anything to help illuminate the scene. Well, what does this mean? Judge, you are thick. Lord Pierce, did you illuminate the crime scene or not? Why, well, I can answer that question for you, Your Honor. Lord Pierce did illuminate the scene of the crime, yeah, when he caused it. He illuminated it because he was standing right where it happened. Mr. Cuthbert, are you trying to say that Lord Pierce was that close to where the murder occurred? No. How would that be possible? Well, I'll give you an idea. Well, there's only one way this scenario would make sense, Your Honor. And that would be if Garrick Pierce was the one who murdered Flintheart McCoy. You just accused a noble. You're in trouble. Hold on a moment. This is absurd. I could have easily used a different spell to illuminate the room. Did you? Give us your compendium. Which spell would that be, Pierce? The name escapes me. I'm not sure which one it was now that I think about it. Harry is just like, you idiot. You know what? We didn't even need the text box saying, you idiot is just written on her face. Just look at her. She's just like, I am just done. I'm done. No, I'm out. I'm going for a drink. Well, maybe we can figure this out together. When you relinquish your spell compendium to the court. What? This is a clear violation of my privacy. Steelwind, why aren't you objecting to this? If you would listen to my instructions, you wouldn't be in this situation. You've made your bed, now lie in it. Steelwind, you treacherous! There's the wind-up. Judge has had enough. That's enough, exactly. Like Psymin Sezz. It appears that the prosecution has no objections. With everything that has occurred, I must ask that Lord Pierce relinquish the spell compendium to the court. It's just something he has on him. Garrick Pierce's spell compendium has been added to my notes. Yeah, okay, so how many spells does this guy know? Prestidigitation. I actually know how to say that one. Prestidigitation. Evocation, none. A snap of the fingers, indefinitely. The caster creates a simple and harmless visual effect around their hand. This effect will last for as long as they maintain concentration on the spell, so... Very simple thing. I'm not sure how this is going to be relevant. No incantation. Evocation. So he doesn't necessarily know just transmutation spells. But, yeah, prestidigitation. Goody. Conjure water. Oh, great. This seems like a joke. Conjuration, acquio, outstretched palm, indefinite. Causes water to magically flow out of the caster's hand. This water will flow so long as the caster maintains concentration on the spell. Frost wave. Holy crap. Dude, can we get this guy in our party? I want to go run a dungeon with this guy. Transmutation, none. Outstretch both hands. Anything caught within range is hit by cold air. Liquids hit will be immediately frozen, and organic life will immediately enter stages of hypothermia. Shape liquid. Transmutation, fig aqua. Point index finger at the target indefinitely. Well, I'm waiting for the Mage Blade. Where's the Mage Blade? Either that or you stabbed him with ice. While concentrating on this spell, the caster can magically manipulate 10 liters of liquid, form shapes, freeze the liquid, so that could also be how he formed a sword. Okay, so no Mage Blade, but that's how he stabbed. This really sounds like Ace Attorney music. So, yeah. Probably stabbed him with the ice somehow. Conjured water, froze it, stabbed, went and got the sword, re-stabbed, left. All while making blue lights. Good job, Tyrion! We got a spell compendium! God, I'm gonna add these to mine. Well, with that, the case is as good as mine. Well, that's a little optimistic. Hang on now. Arya's just like, whatever. I've already checked out. Or is it? She didn't even try to stop me from taking the compendium. She wouldn't let that happen just to spite Lord Pierce. She definitely still has something up her sleeve. I mean, she's our Edgeworth. Your Honor, I've looked at the spells in Lord Pierce's compendium. So have I. Conjure Light is the only spell that he can cast that would shed a blue light. That too. That renders his testimony and many of his statements false. Yeah, you deal with that. I can practically hear Lord Pierce grinding his teeth. No, you can literally hear him grinding his teeth. That's what he's doing. Your Honor, Lord Pierce could very well be a suspect in the murder of Flintheart McCoy. The defense argues that this presents enough reasonable doubt to acquit the defendant. Well, I mean, you don't technically need to find the real murderer, so, I mean, as long as you prove it might not have been her, yeah, I guess that's true. I acknowledge that Lord Pierce's actions are quite suspect. However, I will not pass a verdict just yet. There is much more we need to learn. What? That's not how it works. We prove that there's reasonable doubt. No, this isn't America. This is Wizard Town. Also super corrupt. That should be enough to acquit me, right? In a normal case, maybe, but it's different for this trial. The public won't accept an unsolved homicide involving magic. Unless we can unequivocally prove your innocence, the court will keep drawing out the case. What? But that's not fair! That's just how the system works. Suck it up. Our court system doesn't exist to exact justice. It exists so that the kingdom can save face. No! God, yeah, this is why I get a job stabbing people. However, the court will be suspending the trial of Celeste McCoy until further notice. Ah, okay. Are we going into... Surely we're not going into another day of investigating. Surely we clear this up now. That is, until Lord Pierce can be investigated as a possible suspect. Yeah, no way he lets that slide. Objection? Objection! I knew it. Saw that coming a mile away. All right, what do you got? A possible suspect? The very idea of that is preposterous, Your Honor. Damn it, I knew she was planning something. Let's revisit the basic facts of this case, shall we? Flintheart McCoy was murdered using a blade with a transmutation spell active on it. Mr. Cuthbert, why don't you tell me the spells that Lord Pierce knows? You can stab people with ice, I swear. His spells are Prestidigitation, Conjure Light, Conjure Water, Frost Wave, and Shape Liquid. So, Conjure Water, Shape Liquid, Frost Wave. Done. Combo. Oh, crap. You've realized it too, haven't you? Lord Pierce doesn't know any transmutation spells that can be channeled through a solid object. Does he know any transmutation spells at all? What? Nani? Get me back here. Yeah, Conjuration, Evocation, Conjuration. Oh, wait. Shape Liquid is transmutation. Oh, and so is Frost Wave. So absolutely he knows 2 transmutation spells. Good enough. Nani? That can't be right. Ha! Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. How could I have forgotten? They're my spells. Damn it. I am so stupid. I couldn't have possibly committed the murder. I see. Well, with that in mind, that will leave the defendant as the only possible killer. Done. But he was the only other mage there. He has to be the real murderer. But he doesn't know any transmutation spells that can affect a solid object. I like how we have to keep qualifying the transmutation spell. He knows 2. And one of them makes solid objects. We can't prove that he stabbed him while casting magic. Wait a minute. How did he do it then? She's right, how did he do it? If there are traces of transmutation magic on the wound, then Flintheart was definitely stabbed by something magical. But none of his transmutation spells can affect a steel blade. Who cares if they affect a steel blade? He poked him with an icicle. Does that mean that he used something else? The defense did cast some doubt on this witness's testimony. Nevertheless, I must conclude that he could not have possibly committed the murder. With that in mind, nope. Please wait, Your Honor. We still can't conclude that Lord Pierce couldn't have committed the crime. What are you on about? Lady Steelwind said it herself, you commoner. I don't know any spells that can be channeled through a metal plate. I don't care. He's right, which can only mean one thing. You didn't use a metal blade then, did you? What? Surprise! Anger! I have emoticons too! What nonsense? What nonsense is this? The autopsy report clearly states that the wound was created by a blade. If he didn't channel magic through a blade, how could he have possibly committed the crime? You mean an ice blade? Yes, your claim seems quite contrary to the facts thus far, Mr. Cuthbert. Which spell did Lord Pierce use to commit murder? How cute. I need a drink. All right. Which spell could Lord Pierce have possibly used to kill the victim? Well, I can think of a few. Yeah. No, it wouldn't have been this directly. So conjure water, shape liquid into a... Oh, well, he can just choose to freeze the liquid. Never mind Ice Wave. Ice Wave is unnecessary. Liquids freeze or whatever, but... maybe this is just a red herring. Manipulate water, form into complex shapes. At any time, the caster can freeze the liquid, solidify it, and when frozen, they can also choose to make the liquid instantaneously melt. Was there... hang on a second. Crime scene picture. I was wondering if there was any unnecessary liquid because of the melting. I wonder if that's going to factor into things, but I feel like this. I'm going to have to go back and look at that cinema scene again, because, again, it just auto-played while I was reading chat, and I missed what the dude did. So it'll be interesting to see what that looked like in hindsight, now that I know all these stupid-ass spells. Shape liquid. You see, Your Honor, I think that noise means I got it right. I don't know what the wrong noise is yet. I don't think we've done anything wrong yet. Garrick Pierce didn't kill the victim using a sword. He killed him using an object shaped like a sword. Gasp! What? I'm afraid I don't quite understand, Mr. Cuthbert. I'd like for the court to take a look at Lord Pierce's spell compendium. Garrick Pierce knows a seemingly insignificant spell called Shape Liquid. With it, he can control a body of water and shape it into any complex shape he wants. Then he can freeze that liquid, maintaining its current shape. A shape like a sword. Oh, and it's a transmutation spell. Oh, by the way. What? No! Is it possible that he... What do you have to say for yourself, Lord Pierce? What do I have to say? Pierce's breathing becomes more frantic. He's clearly not used to being put in a corner like this. You can see his stress and frustration emanating through the Eye of Horus. Oh! Eye of Horus time? You have him now. Time for the finishing blow. Argument! We're not even doing cross-examination anymore. The meters are up. I'll tell you exactly what I have to say, you commoner. I'm not the one on trial here. We're here because that bastard child didn't know her place. Okay, this isn't the first time he's called her a bastard child. I have a feeling Pierce knows who she is. Well, I guess he would know anyway, because he was friends with Flintheart, and he would know that this isn't his daughter by blood. Maybe that's a thing? I don't know. But I think that he does know who she is, or something. He knows her background in some way. She's just a peasant, yet she still learned the arcane arts. Oh, okay, maybe he doesn't. And look what happened! I saw the murder. I witnessed everything. That girl used our holy arts to murder her father in a fit of rage. I saw the murder. I witnessed everything. No, you didn't. How do I mean, that's a very vague statement. How do I counter this? I saw the murder. I witnessed everything. No, you didn't, for multiple reasons. Murder weapon, magical blade, compendium. Oh yeah, his compendium's here too. But I saw the murder. I witnessed everything. That is so unbelievably vague. There are so many reasons why that is not true. Oh, mommy's here. I mean, we can just say the lights were off. You didn't see the murder. You didn't witness jack squat. I'm not sure what the game is asking me for here. Hopefully this doesn't hurt me too much. But I'm just gonna throw this out. I feel like this is established, but I guess we're starting from the beginning? No, that's not right. He claims to have witnessed the whole murder. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Map? Okay, same. And how, pray tell, did you see everything? That's our first damage. If you recall, you testified that you only took a single step inside the inn. But you would have needed to be within 15 feet to see my client with Conjure Light. It seems like a D&D player arguing with his DM. I did this! No, you can't! It doesn't say that in the rules. I don't care! This again? If you're going to keep treading on that one detail, then I admit it. I stepped further into the inn. I kept that detail out of my testimony. All because I knew that you'd use it to cast suspicion on me. Lord Pierce! But you didn't just keep that detail from your testimony, did you? You testified the opposite. That makes you guilty of committing perjury. No, I mean... you miserable wretch! Perjury! His perjury is added to our notes? You're a liar, that's evidence now. I can just call you a liar now with impunity. Garrick Pierce has openly admitted to committing perjury in the courtroom. His lies haven't gone unnoticed. God, I'd love for someone to be punished for actually perjuring themselves. Now let's not stop there. For your story to be true, you would have needed to be within 15 feet of my client. According to your testimony, my client had just finished committing a murder. Wouldn't she have noticed you? If you were that close, then you would have surely been close enough to apprehend her. So why didn't you? Don't you have a duty to your citizens? Shut up! You shut your dirty peasant mouth! That woman was armed! I had no reason to put my life in danger! She was wielding her sword after the murder. I was terrified when I saw her holding that bloody sword. My life was in danger! Wait, wasn't the sword in Dude Guy McPherson face? Alleged murder weapon. Died after being stabbed. Crime scene photo. I guess the sword wasn't actually left in him? Was it? I thought it was. I could be wrong. If I can't find any evidence that says I'm wrong, then I guess I'm wrong. Alleged murder weapon, picture, key, learned magic, blah, blah, blah. Lights were not operational. Yes, dandy, blah, blah, blah. Drink, map. Oh, it's written right on here. The text keeps changing. I need to keep an eye on that. Geometrically scaled map. Could he have defended himself? I don't think he could have. Okay, I don't see the counter to this, actually. For the duration of the spell, the edges must be... blah, blah, blah. This stuff won't matter. This isn't really information. She was wielding her sword after the murder. Also, why is the text so high up on the screen? That's weird. She was wielding her sword after the murder. I know that's wrong. But where's my evidence for that? Because this is just kind of what the magic people guy persons came up with, right? That's not her actual... Is that her actual sword? Or maybe it is. I'm a little confused by the hexagonal grid here and what it represents. What is this thing over his hand? Well, I feel like this shows the sword is still in his body, so it's probably this? Yep, sure is. But that can't be right, can it, Lord Pierce? This photo of the crime scene shows that the sword was left in the victim's body. How could she still be wielding her sword if she left it there? What? Damn you! Damn you! Steelwind, why aren't you saying anything? What? Why is this on me? What are you talking? Don't drag me into this. Prosecutor Steelwind has lost her usual air of confidence. I find it strange, though. Even when I had the advantage, she always maintained her usual poise. Well, she can see far enough into the future to know where this is going. She's not stupid. Also, the judge is 80. Lord Pierce, pull yourself together. How can I remain calm when this charlatan is trying to frame me? This is a complete travesty of our justice system. I came here to reveal the truth and testify against that criminal. Well, this is where the perjury is going to come in, right? And what do I get instead? Slander from some lowly defense attorney. You came here to reveal the truth, but you're a lying sack of crap. Right? You talk about justice, but you've committed several acts of perjury to twist the outcome of this trial. You're clearly not acting in good faith. Is this going to kill you, or are you going to be stuck on a magic pixel? That killed you. You don't care about justice, you just want to further your agenda. So admit it, Pierce, you created a makeshift sword using shape liquid, and you used it to impale Flintheart. You shoved my client's sword into the wound while the remains of the real murder weapon evaporated. It was a perfect crime, wasn't it? Except it wasn't perfect because we caught you because you suck. Where's your breakdown? Show me your breakdown. I came for the breakdown. I want a breakdown. There's the... Oh my... That is a... Well... Someone literally traced the Kristoff breakdown for that one. That's literally the Kristoff breakdown from Apollo Justice. All right. All right, Clavier. No, wait, is it Clavier's first name or his last name? Is Gavin their last name? I don't remember. What? Ha ha ha! Lord Pierce, my apologies, Your Honor. It's just that I realized something absolutely hilarious. Oh, it's time to change my testimony again. What? Has he finally lost his mind? The defense put forth an interesting theory, but there's one problem with it. And what's that? I'm not even sure what it is. I think you said it yourself. I shoved Celeste's sword into the wound while the remains of the real murder weapon evaporated. Yes? It was a perfect crime, wasn't it? You see, it would have been a perfect crime. Because any evidence to support this theory would have evaporated with that frozen blade. Oh, we can't prove it? That's what you're saying? There's no definitive evidence? No! He's right! If he used an ice blade to kill Flintheart, it would have evaporated by now. And that means there would be nothing left of the murder weapon. I am now composed, lol. You've spun quite the tale here today. Okay, so how do we resolve this? I already looked here to see if there was water. I'm not sure it has anything to do with the lotus juice. Stab from behind. This was basically useless. Blah, blah, blah. Lights. I'm not sure what the answer to this actually is. Okay. Shattered remains of a glass bottle. Holding this bottle and dropped it during the murder. It contains Celeste's favorite drink. What if we check this and it turns out to be watered down or something? That's just whatever. That's just whatever. Instantaneously melt. Yada yada. Yeah, I mean, it's probably something to do with the lotus juice, right? You spun quite the tale here today, but in the end, you don't have a shred of evidence to support it, do you? You have nothing on me, ha ha ha! Isn't there anything we can do? Yeah, we can drink some coffee, because my throat's killing me. And I'm switching to the other coffee. My other backup coffee that is warmer. I've become quiet. Tyrion? Why isn't he saying anything? Is it really hopeless? All it takes is one look at the expression on my face. Any worries she had instantly disappears. Oh, does our boy know the answer? Because she realizes the expression on my face is incredibly smug. It's the same expression I make every time I've defeated her. Oh, defeated her in chess? What is this? Do I look super smug? Do I have my arms crossed and I'm smirking like Phoenix does? You can glare at me all you want. Show me the glare. I want to see the sprite. It won't change the fact that you've lost. I despise people like you. I beg your fucking pardon. You twist the system to serve your own. Show me the smug look. You're obviously building up to it. There's better be one hell of a sprite. You're going to be pointing. No, show me the Phoenix point. That's what he's going to be doing. You trample on the lives of innocent people. You're going to do the point, aren't you? But as long as I'm here, I will never let that happen again.
Not can remain.
Holy crap! Empowered Eye! What did I just do? Holy crap, I unlocked my elite skill. My head feels like it's about to burst. The pain is unbearable and overwhelming. I've got Apollo Justice Eyes? What's going on? But at the same time, I feel an extreme sense of clarity. Or am I going to do brain lasers? As if I can see more than I ever could before. I can't believe that peasant pushed me this far. Once again, I see Pierce's thoughts through the eye of Horus. I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've seen his thoughts. But this sensation feels different from how it usually is. It's more intense and potent this time. It's almost as if I could do more than just read his surface-level thoughts. I've activated the Empowered Eye. With it, I'll be able to do more than see the witness's thoughts. I'll be able to affect what they think about. I can project. Oh, damn. We learn in that magic hypnosis now. Project items into Pierce's mind to evoke thoughts from him. I want to project items that make him think about the murder. Evoking the right thoughts will raise my insight. Once the insight gauge is filled, I'll have everything I need to implicate him. Okay, so are there wrong answers? It wouldn't be the compendium, it wouldn't be the job. I feel like this is gonna matter. But let's try the sword, let's try the bottle. And maybe I'll get some ideas about what to do after that. Hopefully this doesn't hurt me. What an ornate sword. I wonder how a commoner like her obtained such a thing. I wonder if the Inquisition will let me have it once this girl's convicted. Can I have your stuff? It doesn't give me anything I can use. I should try something else. Okay, so no penalties. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, what the fuck? Why am I thinking of such a thing? Well, maybe you'd see something. Maybe I'll see something if I project pieces of evidence related to them. Well, I mean, I thought I was. What about this? The actual murder weapon. After all the trouble I went to, I can't believe that lawyer figured out the spell I used. Well, no matter. It's not as if there's any evidence to prove that I used it. I'm lucky that old fool had that bottle of water with him. You're lucky that old fool had that bottle of water with him. Whoa! Okay. Well then. Wait a minute. So did he even shape Did he even conjure liquid from his hand, or did he just stab the dude with the lotus juice? And how do we prove that then? So, okay, I was wondering if maybe the water didn't evaporate and watered down the lotus juice, but it's not that. It's the lotus juice itself. How do we prove that, though? Because we already just assumed he dropped the bottle, which is going to be what Area Objection says if she has an ounce of sense. Wait, a bottle? Well then, as riveting as this has been, I believe it's time for me to take my leave. Now, wait a minute, Pierce. What is it now, you wretch? I'll say it as many times as you need to hear. There's no evidence of a liquefied weapon at the crime scene. I mean, technically speaking, the liquid is not evidence of a liquefied weapon at the crime scene. The liquid is just evidence the guy dropped a bottle. This should not work. But, yeah, either this or the photo, right? You're right, Pierce. If you did use shape liquid on a body of water, the murder weapon would have evaporated entirely. Ah, it seems you've finally gotten that fact through your thick head. Bravo! But let's not get ahead of ourselves, Pierce. What if you didn't use shape liquid on a body of water? What if it was another type of liquid? What are you going on about? Pierce, shape liquid doesn't just work on water. It works on all kinds of liquids. Hence the name. The shattered bottle contains the liquid that you cast your spell on, didn't it? I show him the picture of the shattered bottle of lotus juice. That bottle... Pierce, I found this shattered bottle on the ground near the victim's body. I wonder what caused it to shatter. You must have decided to use any liquid you could find. Luckily for you, the victim was holding the perfect quantity of liquid in his hands. I wonder, Lord Pierce, if we had someone analyze the broken pieces of this bottle, would we find traces of transmutation magic? Okay, well that you can't overcome. If he dropped the bottle, he dropped the bottle, but if there's traces of magic on it, then you're just pooched. I mean, the saxophone is kicked in, so you know you're pooched. You little! That still proves nothing! So what if there are traces of magic on the shattered bottle? You still don't have a murder weapon! I wasn't finished, Pierce. What? You see, the liquid contained in this bottle wasn't water. It was soda. Is that what lotus juice is? So, what difference does that make? A blade of ice made out of water would have evaporated entirely. But a blade of ice made out of soda would leave a puddle of dried residue. No, it can't be! I'd wonder why there was such a circular trace of magic under the body. If we check the outline of that trace, I bet we'll find a dried puddle of soda residue. That would prove that you used magic on that soda. Where's the breakdown animation? I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it. There's your murder weapon, Pierce. Here it is, fade to white. Music's cut out. Slam the desk. And that's checkmate. Because I'm playing logic chess. Where's my breakdown, Pierce? Don't disappoint me. Bailiff, tell Orem to analyze the crime scene at once. Thankfully, we have a teleportation circle. We can just step over there. We must determine if this puddle of soda residue exists. The time window to find traces of magic is closing. That's true. It's like 48 hours. Let's see. It would be, yeah, we're inside the 48-hour window. So we had our team search the crime scene for that soda puddle. I really can't believe it, but we found it. In fact, the outline of the dried soda lines up exactly with the outline of the trace of transmutation magic. How did you not discover this before? What the hell were you people investigating? Why are you surprised? It was your idea. We checked the broken bottle, too. There were traces of transmutation magic on it as well. Man, fuck fingerprint dust. This transmutation magic stuff is awesome. There's no doubt about it. Somebody used magic on that soda. I see. Thank you, Orem. Please escort Lord Pierce back to the stand. I don't want to be here! Let me go! What do you have to say for yourself, Pierce? What do you think you've accomplished here today? You honestly think that you can indict me? I'm an aristocrat from the highest echelons of our society. That fool of a man was an insurgent. He was a threat to society, and I did my civic duty by removing him.
Objection!
Well, Harry is done with you. Bailiff, please escort this witness to a holding cell. Wait, what the hell? Steelwind! First-degree murder is punishable by execution, Lord Pierce. I suggest you remain silent, lest you incriminate yourself further. What? You can't be serious! Shut your insidious mouth. She's just gonna get him off later, watch. Well, what are you all waiting for? Take him away. Yes, take him away at once. We're just doing what she said, don't blame us. I can't believe it. We actually won. Tyrion. Hi. She's so happy and so sad. It's all she can do to hold back her tears. Don't worry, you can be my Maya, remember? You don't need to say anything, your face says it all, and also your emoticons. You don't just need to say anything, I can literally just scan you. You've more than exceeded my expectations today. Oh, Miss Tamora. I'll be honest, when I realized that the murder weapon evaporated, I thought that the case was shot. I can't believe you were able to turn that around. Well, it was just luck. If we had used water, we would have been done for. It had nothing to do with luck. You were able to deduce what liquid he used. And you did it just by looking at a few shards of broken glass. Your skills of deduction never cease to amaze me. It's the intro case. That's not exactly true, but with Celeste there, you can't tell her about... Why can't I tell her about my new ability? Well, you were all quite lively. Oh, Ruby got mad. You two don't like each other, do you? There's no need for such hostility. Though I wouldn't expect any less from the Hound of the Eye Taker. Oh, is that your name? What do you do to earn that? Wait, what did she mean by that? I glance at Miss Tamora, but when she meets my gaze, she immediately looks away. She looks like she's focusing. Almost as if to protect herself from a certain eye. Yeah, mine. I must admit, I was hoping to test my blade against you directly. However, your protege proved to be a worthy adversary. Thank you? Is this some kind of game to you? You talk about trials as if there's some kind of competition. Your action almost condemned an innocent woman to death. Our system operates by having two powers of opposition. No, that doesn't. Your system operates by sweeping things under the rug. When those powers are balanced, justice prevails. Make no mistake, your victory today was just our system working as intended. Ha! Working as intended. You know very well our system only exists to protect your people. Exactly. I know. What? In any case, it looks like we'll be facing each other more frequently in the future. I look forward to doing battle with you again, Tyrion Cuthbert. What a strange girl. Well, that kind of killed the mood, didn't it? Yeah, it sure did. Killing the mood further, you mind introducing me to your mom again? Not at all. I think we should celebrate. Oh? What did you have in mind? Inviting your mom. There's this amazing restaurant in the upper quarter of the capital city. They usually only serve nobles, but they let anyone in if they have enough gold. Wait, do we have enough gold? Of course we do. Don't worry about the details. I'll handle everything. Wait, just how much money does Miss Tamora make? And so began my journey into the world of law and magic. Our justice system is rotten to its core, and I'll have many trials ahead. Regardless, I'll keep fighting on and get justice for every one of my clients. I just realized Trucy would love it here. It's not just law and magic, it's law and actual magic. She's not hiding things in her magic panties. We're actually shaping blades with water. Episode end. The Cold-Hearted Aristocrat completed Case 1 achievement. Wait. No. Don't keep going. Is this a new one? Oh, wait. Maybe this is just the epilogue. Oh, this is the woman we had a nightmare about that gave us the frickin' jump scare. His radiant soul is finally awakened. Oh, she was waiting for our magic eyeballs. I can't believe it. I've been waiting for so long. Is it jump scare girl again? I'm waiting for it. I can't wait for the day when I can see his eyes draped in agony. Where is it? Where's the jump scare? Oh, okay. Fine. All right. Load game? Oh. We just new game over and over again. Case 1, finished. Case 2, you start from scratch. All right, that's a weird way to kind of structure it, but all right, good enough. Well, that was interesting. This has promise. This has promise, but it's definitely going to take longer than I thought it was going to.